It's so sick. What's up, guys? As you might remember from a previous video, I partnered up with Croooober.com in order to show you guys how to buy baller wheels for cheap, and in the process, I ended up buying these babies right here. Those Work Rezax 2s are mine. Look at how wide that is. Ooh, baby. Ooh. And also, as you might remember from that video, I talked about how you could take 3-piece wheels and then relip them to make them the perfect size and offset that you want. So in this video, we're going to be taking the wheels as they came right here, and we're going to be relipping them with brand new lips and making them even better. All right, boys and girls, so got new lips over here, right? We got 3-inch lip over here to replace the 2-inch lip over there on the 18 by 8.5. Then we have a 5.5-inch lip over here to replace the 5-inch lip on the 18 by 11.5 over there. So after relipping, those are going to be 18 by 9.5s, and those are going to be 18 by 12s. All right, so we're gonna break this up into a few simple steps and make it really easy to follow along. Step 1. So we're gonna start off by disassembling the wheel, which is simple as taking your impact over here, attaching that baby right on top of the bolt head, and then going back here, holding these with a wrench, and then taking off the nuts. Oh, easy peasy, eh? All the bolts removed. Nuts. Done. Step 2. Next goal over here is to split the lip from the barrel from the face. So we're just gonna take a razor blade, cut a line through here. Then after that, piece 2x4, mini sledge, then hammer everything apart from each other.
Perfect.
That's right. See, wasn't that easy? Now it's time for step 1, 2, 3. What we got to do is we have to take the face over here, clean up all this sealant on here, take the barrel, clean up all the sealant on there, get everything clean. That way we can bolt the new lip on top. The way I like to do it is by taking a razor blade, just running it along to get majority of the sealant off. And with the majority of the sealant removed with the razor blade, then I can just take my red scuffing pad and clean up the face and the barrel to where you can see, so that way there's no sealant on there. We also got to remember to clean up this mounting face over here, as well as the little lip down here. I'm also going to clean the threads on the bolts and get them nice and clean and ready to be assembled again. And I'm also going to wire wheel any nuts that are super rusty to get them nice and clean. Okay, 1, 2, 3, step 4. Barrel is all cleaned up, as you can see right here. Then we have the face all nicely cleaned up as well. Then we have the brand new lip even cleaned up as well. Everything has also been sprayed with brake cleaner to make sure it's all nice. Our hardware looking good. So we just have to assemble everything now. As far as assembling the wheels go, it's pretty easy. You basically just put it back exactly how you took it apart. So just make sure to note that there's a cutout right here for the valve stem. So we're gonna line all that up with the face as well as the new lip. Also, some wheels are assembled differently. So there's reverse mounted faces, which the face is actually brought in from the back, and then the barrel and then the lip sit in front of that. And then we have the Rezax 2s over here, which these ones actually mount sandwich faced, which means that it goes barrel, face, then lip. Then there's also front mounted faces, which go barrel, lip, and then lastly you put the face on top, which that is very common. A lot of wheels are front mounted. Got this looking all clean over here. Barrel over here. Got the face with a little notch. Now I have my new 5.5-inch lip notch right there. I'm gonna take 2 bolts just for easier placement. Give her a good press. Oh, looking good. Now we have our hardware ready to go on. I'm gonna take my blue thread locker right here. Gonna put it on the threads like that. Drop it in, take my nut. All right, this is a bit dumb. But yeah, put the nut on there. Boom. Now you just gotta repeat that process a ton of times until they're all there. We got everything hand tightened. Everything has Loctite on the back over here. It's all looking good. So I'm gonna take my torque wrench and we're gonna torque everything down between 17 to 20 foot-pounds. We're actually more aiming towards 17 foot-pounds. So that's what we're gonna be torquing to. And for those that are gonna be asking, we're gonna be torquing from the front. So we're gonna be twisting the bolts and holding the nuts still. That's obviously not the preferred way to do it, but because of this drop center back here, we're unable to reach directly onto these nuts to torque them, which means using a U-joint, and U-joints are very finicky and they often add resistance randomly. So because of that, I don't think we're gonna get an accurate torque value using this U-joint. So I'm gonna have to torque from the front and then hold the nuts still from the back. Voila, everything is torqued to spec now. I just couldn't wait, had to put them on. Bruh, look, oh Lord, oh boy. That looks pretty right there. Ooh, so good. What do you think? What do you think? They're beautiful. It's so sick. That's what I'm talking about. You guys know how big my old lips were? 5 inches. That's right. Step 5. But anyways, the last step in the process is to seal this wheel up so that way it doesn't leak air, obviously, because the air is going to be inside here when the tire is all mounted. So flipping over, we're going to see lip, barrel, face. So we got 2 seams right here to seal up. If yours was a front mounted face or reverse mounted face, then you'd only have the 1 seal to seal up, and that's going to be in between the lip and the barrel, so a little bit easier. Don't need to go as fast. Now, for sealing it up, we're using this for the sealant, which is an RTV sealant over here. You know, you can take a look at this. I'll probably put a little bit more information on this in the description. We got it from wheelflip.com, so specifically used for rebuilding wheels. At least that is their recommended choice. You can, of course, use a whole bunch of different options. So Google at your own will and find out what works for you, what you feel comfortable with using. So we got our tape here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take this tape, go out about yay big or so, go around the entire wheel. We're gonna do that on both sides. Then we're gonna lay our silicone in between, smooth it out. Then we're gonna pull off our tape like that, and it's gonna leave a nice line going down the center, and it's gonna be very aesthetically pleasing. That looks pretty nice there now, doesn't it? Okay, other side. This is taped up now. We're gonna take our sealant, we're gonna spread it all over here, get it sealed up. Yeah. All right, so we've got the gist of it now. Gonna remove the tape. I'm also gonna put the valve stem back on right now. We took it off camera, and it's kind of optional to do. So I'm just gonna slip this back on, put a little bit of sealant around it, and then screw it on. Voila! Got a seal on there, valve stem back on. I mean, bolts torqued to spec. Oh boy. Looking good, huh boy? Oh, loving that. God damn. So good. Looking good. 18 by 12, negative 13, I believe it is now. Oh, ho, 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 ho. So good. So stoked right now. Very happy with the results. Thank you, Croooober, of course. Now we gotta do the rest of the wheels. Looking at the fronts, both the same, and now we gotta see the backs. So brand new 5.5-inch lip compared to the old 5-inch lip. Big difference obviously in the polish and everything like that done on it. Yeah, went from an 11.5 to a 12. Very slight difference. Now we gotta take this 3-inch lip and replace the 2-inch lip on the fronts of these 18 by 8.5s. Easy as that. The front ones are now done. They are now 9.5 inches wide rather than before 8.5 inches wide. Of course, got the beautiful rears over here. Now a total of 12 inches wide, whereas the old setup was 11.5 inches wide. Half-inch, not a crazy big difference, but definitely worth it, and it looks really nice. Now I just gotta repeat the process that I did on these two, and then my set of wheels will finally be complete. Of course, big shout out to Croooober for making all of this possible. So if you guys are interested, just go to Croooober.com. If you have any item on there that you want to purchase, you can use the new coupon code. So the coupon code with this video, which is valid for a month from now, is going to be Offbeat1, and that is going to give you a discount on your order. And of course, all of this was covered the day it happened on my Instagram. So if you want, just go check out my Instagram, offbeat_garage, and you can probably see all of these relipped as well over on there. Anyways, until the next video, guys, bye! Thank you, Simon, for all the help. Much easier with two people.